All right, so last week we talked about the properties of real numbers. Today we're going to discuss adding real numbers. And there's a couple ways to do this. So you may already know how to do this, which I'm sure most of you do. Most of you can do 3 plus 2. Even most of you can do 3 plus -1, and you understand what that means. But again, we need to go through this process to identify properties and ways to solve things so that when we add variables into the mix, it doesn't get as confusing. So there are two main ways to add real numbers. We can use the number line, or we can use properties, which we will discuss both. It is your choice which you want to use, whichever is easier. The number line takes a little longer, but it is helpful. So 3 plus 5. How would we solve that on the number line? Most of you know the answer to this, but if we start at 0, and we're going to make our number line, and we make each tick mark as 1, that tells us we're starting at 3, which is here. And addition is always to the right of 0. Subtraction is always to the left. So 3 plus 5, we're going to go 5 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That equals 8. Big surprise, right? Same thing here. We have 0. This time we're starting at -3, which is here. And we're adding 5, so we're going to the right 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That leaves us at 2. Three plus -5. Now this one's a little different. Pretend all these ticks are the same space apart. Now we're starting at 3. Well, if we're adding, we're going to the right, but this negative makes us change directions. So we're not going to the right anymore, we're going to the left 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Puts us here, which is -2. And then in this example, if 0 is here, we're starting at -3. Add, so we're going to go to the right. Nope, change of direction. We have that minus sign, so we're actually going to the left 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll see that -3 plus -5 is -8. Hopefully there are no questions on the number line. I'm going to move on. So following the rules for addition. So when you add real numbers, these rules must be followed. If the signs are the same, you find the sum. If the signs are the same, you find the sum and keep the sign. If the signs are different, we find the difference and we keep the sign with the number with the larger absolute value. So again, let's look at some practice. Here we have 4 plus 3. Don't really need to do much there, that's just 7, we know that. Because signs are the same, we have a +4 and a +3, we're adding, so we just add them together and we keep the sign. Here we have signs are the same, we have -4 plus -3. They're both negative, so signs are the same, so we're going to find the sum. 4 plus 3 is 7, but we're going to keep the sign. So our answer is -7. Over here, we have equations with different signs. So remember, different signs, we want to find the difference. So here we have a -4 and a +3. Signs are different, so we want to find the difference. Well, 4 minus 3 is 1. So does that mean our answer is 1? Not quite. We want to keep the sign of the number with the largest absolute value. So that would be the 4. We're going to keep the negative sign with the 4. Down here, again, we have signs are different. We're going to find the difference. 4 minus 3, again, equals 1. We're going to keep the sign of the larger number, which is the 4, which is positive. So we just have positive 1. Again, same signs, we find the sum. Different signs, we find the difference. Here's some other quick examples. So for the first one, we have negative 5 plus 2. Well, signs are different, so we want to subtract. 5 minus 2 equals 3. We keep the sign of the larger number. Negative 3 is our answer. Here we have signs are the same, so we just add 1 plus 2 equals 3, but we keep the sign. Signs are different again down here. So we find the difference. 12 minus 9 equals 3. We keep the sign of the larger one, which is 12. It stays positive. And then one last time here, signs are the same. Once again, so we add 4 plus 2 is 6, and we keep the sign, which is negative 6. If you have any questions, you can see me in live class or at my office hours. I'll be happy to help you guys out. Best of luck.